Yeah, I mean,
You
it
know?
was good. It's cool that like there's like a whole nother market within the, because we have like the singles, but there's like a whole
Yeah.
trade paperback market that I'm not even like.
I I just think like trade paperback stuff. Like I just think weight, and I get tired thinking of weight. That's all.
Well, there's
Just
like
me.
a, I
Or
know there's like
space.
a
Sorry, space. Oh
there's
wait,
a
too. I guess.
booster gold trade paperbacks. I know the booster gold TPBs, like the new 52 ones. I know those go
Hmm.
for something, but that's
Hmm.
because like who's gonna reprint those? It,
Nobody.
yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
and I guess like the people that have it like just don't want to like fucking. I guess they don't want to like they don't want to give it up. So, and it's gonna be the same thing with like the Faust like books. Like people like me, they're never gonna like give it up, especially since it's like it's sick. It looks beautiful. So
That's cool. Yeah,
shout
man.
outs shout outs to Matrix.
Shout out to Matrix on a Pokemon show. Yeah, dude, that guy. He
He's
he
famous.
he was posting on. He posted today like some 1 in 500 like Dazzler #1 with Venom on the cover, and it was just cool, man. I couldn't find it on FLC or anything like that, but we're not talking about
Oh
comics
yeah,
today,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. No, 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 not today, not today. That's
No,
Sunday.
yeah, it's Sunday, man. Yo, man. So Black Friday's coming up. What you call it? I've been scooping up some Pokemon Black Friday deals because like Best Buy and Walmart, not so much Walmart, but like Target. I think Target a little bit. Like you can buy like Black Friday deals right now. Did you know that?
No, I like you know what it is like I only buy singles, so I don't really
Hmm.
know like what's going on in like the retail market. I just see a
Yeah.
single that I like, especially like if it's English singles because they're like I mentioned it in like the server, the Discord,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
you got to get these singles. Like they're practically giving them away. So it's it's probably like the best time I feel like to get singles,
Yeah.
uh especially in English. But I saw one store that I know is doing like the booster box for 151 under $100, like 90
Oh,
bucks.
seriously?
Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Okay,
Um
cool.
yeah,
Um,
but yeah, so
yeah, yeah. No, that's cool, man. Because like, I mean, I would say right now the two sets I'm looking at like collecting are City in Flames because they got them three Pokemons, and then like I like 151 so far, but I feel like I feel like I don't want to open those. Like I'd rather just buy a booster box and just put it away and just have
yeah.
like be one of those guys with like the boxes behind you. You know?
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
the
mean?
best. That's the best way to do it, bro. Like
Yeah.
I think now like or at least this is what I think because I'm
Hmm.
seeing like a lot of like Pokemon like in the investment groups on Reddit and 4chan and all that other shit. Like
Yeah.
these guys are like buying sealed boxes and just putting it away.
Yeah.
And because like let's be real, like not a lot of people want to spend the money on a $100, $120 box, a booster box or whatever it is, like $100, let's say minimum for MSRP, right?
Hundreds like my like 97.99 is like my sweet spot. Like anything over that, I'm like, oh man, I can't pay $100 for
No, I'm
Pokemon cards.
I've done it. I've done it,
Sure.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
I think what everybody's starting to
Yeah.
realize is like, hey, like it's a recession.
Hmm.
We're getting a lot of people don't want to spend 100 and something dollars
Yeah. Yeah.
on
Yeah.
a box and
Hmm.
open it and not get the card that they want.
Yeah. And honestly, man, like as a collector, like a small time, with stuff like I like the look of a sealed like booster box more than anything for whatever reason, man. I don't know if it's nostalgia or what, but I just think it looks better. You know what I'm saying? So, um, real quick, me and Fedora were talking backstage about just I kind of mentioned to him like there's I'm in scoping out some deals here and there, and I'll try and
Yeah,
post them
yeah,
on my shorts, just to kind of help the community like save a buck or two. But man, I don't know what retailers are doing, but they're trying to get people in the doors. So like, if you live in like the suburbs like me, or you're looking online, Black
yeah.
Friday Pokemon deals are out there already.
They're crazy.
Those
They're
three
giving
pack
shit away.
There, and it's funny because like, so here's the thing too. Like, so I went here. Let me grab this real quick. I went to my local Best Buy. Yeah, and I was just scoping out. Just I was actually trying to get a PS5 controller, but
Same. Yo, the PS5 controls are garbage. Anyways, as you were saying.
well, they're on sale for $49.99 versus like the
What?
$70. Yeah, so they're on sale right now. But I walked by. I buy these for like $15 a piece, and it's not a huge discount, but it's, you know, these are going for $9.99. This new Paradox Rift, and if we get enough people in the chat, I need at least 20. I'll give away one of these to someone. Otherwise, I'll do a
I
short.
really like the art on Paradox Rift. They got some like. I feel like the art in Paradox Rift is like everybody's sleeping on that art. I really love it. Well, I think I sent you the link.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's good
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
This guy right here, Pokey Department Store man. I've been watching a lot of his shows lately, just trying to keep up on Pokemon stuff. Man, good resource, man. Thanks for coming through. You're kind of like one of my favorite new Pokemon people to watch right now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yo,
give him a follow, peeps, if you're
disclaimer,
curious.
I don't know the name of every single Pokemon. There's like 1,000 of them. But I do play a lot of Pokemon online competitively. So,
And then
but yeah.
Renee's got the freaking the set of all sets when it comes to trading card games, Alpha and Magic the Gathering. And then Bika still sending out some brilliant stars. Pokemon Evolutions, man. I used to rip so many of those back in the day in 2016.
Evolutions. Yo, those go
that
for
was so
like
fun.
a good amount sealed.
I know. I thought about, and I mean, that was in their time, but back to kind of what my point was, like, so I go into Best Buy and I was like, oh yeah, I'll pick up a 3-pack. Dude, literally 10 minutes later, they were all gone. Like, I swung by, like they had like 9 on the rack. They were all gone. So even though Black Friday deals are going on right now, and we're still a couple weeks before Thanksgiving and, you know, the holiday season shopping spree, dude, if you see it and you know, if it's a set that you're looking for and you're trying to get a good deal, like swoop up on it, because I don't know if they're going to restock those packs or like those deals and all the stuff. But here's a couple of things that are coming out or that are on sale right now. So obviously Black Friday is on November 24th. So that's 9 days from now. The best Pokemon Black Friday deals are Best Buy. Obviously, I mean, I think they're at the top. I did a little short on my channel the other day, just kind of showing some, you know, trainer boxes, some of those like, you know, those booster packs, small gift kind of deals. They're all on sale. Walmart, I don't really know personally if they're on sale, but there are some big.
There's no Walmarts in New York City, so I don't even.
Yeah, the Walmart near me doesn't even sell them, so I think if your best bet to be go online and pick them up in store. But again, Walmart's doing that. I haven't really looked at Amazon that much, just because I went to Best Buy and started doing that. But evidently, Paradox Shift, Rift, and Silver Tempest. I don't really do Silver Tempest, but
I like Silver Tempest.
Yeah,
they got that Lugia.
Lugia. Oh yeah. That's right. There's so many cards to keep up with, dude. But and right here, so if you go to this website, I'll just put it in the chat. Let's see here, and if you're definitely trying to.
What? I'll take the back. I don't like Silver Tempest. I like the Lugia alternate. Yeah, that one is such a sick card.
I mean,
where there's like a storm and he's on the boat, and then the guy's like, and it's like Lugia.
Yeah. No, check this out. Scarlet and Violet booster display box, 36 packs for $109.99. That kind of hits our kind of deal there. It looks like Amazon has all the deals, but I don't know if those are going on right now. But for sure, this, I mean, $10 is $10, man. You know, that's a good savings for Pokemon cards, especially now. And then like, I mean, $10 here. Let's see, this Paradox Rift display box, 36 packs at Walmart, it's $100, was $160.99. So there's kind of that, you know, under $100 like booster box kind of deal we're looking at. And then, you know, games. I'm not really a Pokemon gamer, meaning I'm not a Pokemon gamer at all, but
man, I own all of them.
Do you have this one? Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl?
Nah, I don't have that.
So they're on sale.
I don't have all of them. So let me reiterate that I don't have all of them. I have all the mainline ones. I play regularly, and I keep up with like the meta and stuff like that. But
that's cool. I mean, they're on sale for $30 for those two guys, and
that's crazy because Pokemon games don't really go on sale like that.
Yeah, and then on top of that, man, like if you're investing in these Pokemon games, you're getting that triple, the 4 zeros for the Switch games. I mean, that's a $30 Pokemon that you could sit on, for a couple years and flip it for hopefully 200 to 300 bucks. There's your kind of Black Friday deal right now. So, yeah, just kind of want to point that out to the folks that are watching. We got 6 live so far. Hit that like,
Yeah.
hit that sub. We hit 418 subscribers this week. So, before we get into your presentation real quick. So, bro, I've been playing the new Spider-Man 2 game on PS5.
Did you see Null?
Not yet. I'm not that far, but dude,
Nah.
this fucking game is ridiculous, bro. It's so freaking addicting. And I'm playing the game and I'm like, I think I'm 40% through with the game, right? And you're supposed to go down the sewer and then like go into this building and like kill a bunch of people, right? Or beat the shit out of people, right? So I go in the sewer and the world flips upside down and I'm just falling into the sky and then I die. So it's a fucking glitch in the game. I was freaking the fuck out. I didn't know what the fuck to do. So I posted the video on YouTube. Someone responded, was like, just go to one of your previous saves because like the game auto saves like continuously. And then just like hopefully that'll like help. So far we're good. But man, I had a freaking meltdown.
My friend was playing the new Alan Wake game.
Oh, is that cool?
He says it's like the best game. I'm still playing Alan Wake 1 and I'm really super into it. But he got 6 hours into the game and he was doing this puzzle where he had to escape a room. And one of the boxes glitched into the floor and fell into the hole he was supposed to escape. So now he can't finish the game. And when he tried to load up an old save, it was literally like 4 hours behind.
Oh my god! Dude,
so he was like, he was.
That's the
broken.
worst. That's the fucking worst, man. Oh yeah. Man,
he's done.
Yeah, dude. Like, do you have a PS5 or do you have are you a gamer at all?
I have a PS5.
Switch?
I have a PS. I have every console.
Are you about to get the Spider-Man game?
I don't know. There's just so much stuff. I still haven't played.
So quiet about it. So quiet about it.
I don't know, man. Like a lot of these things take up my time. No, I got a lot of hobbies going on: skateboarding, dating girls, and stuff like that.
Do you like to? Do you enjoy like house sitting for people and bring your girls there? Shout outs to I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna put my man on the spot like that. Oh, I'm just curious. I just just a random thought. Just a random thought. All right, cool. So Philip Chun's in the chat. After the show today, guys, go say what's up to my boy Brian. He's doing his is Philip the dude today. that presses things? He is the master presser, dude. Like I've dealt with like pressers and stuff, and like they've all done a good job. But like the second your box gets to Chungy, he presses it. He gives you an update. He says, "I got all your books. They're on their way. They're out." And like I swear to God, like if CGC was as fast as Chungy, they would churn out books daily. Listen, like he's insanely good, and he's on the East Coast. So like I'm on the West Coast. I think he lives in Virginia, but man, this is my famous Chungy story. Before we get into the show, I sent him an 8.5 comic book modern. He pressed it into a 9.6. That's crazy. That's like I don't know what he did. That's like a whole 10 points. It was ridiculous, but he bought a better condition book. He like swapped it out. No, man. He's great, man. But just the turnaround time that he does, like obviously it's like a modern stuff, right? But like I've never had a book cleaned or like anything like that, so I never understood why it took forever for other places to get their shit done. But Chungy, man, the second he gets his stuff, he's like a pressing machine. So if you're pressing comic books and need a press, hit up Philip Chun, man. He is the dude. And if you don't know where to find Philip Chun, I'll show you. It's in our server. It's in our Discord. The nameless server. We do a show every Thursday. or every other Tuesday. I think we're gonna say that. We're gonna do that.
Mhm.
And I'll update in the server. You guys come join. We do collectibles. We do Chungies in there. Yeah, of course, man. Appreciate you coming through. And we do Pokemon. We're doing NFTs. We do like Blu-rays, 4Ks, all that stuff. Obviously, comic books. But today we're talking about Pokemon. So, dude, this has been a long time coming, man. Thank Fedora. Thank you, Fedora, for coming through and doing this show on your busy day.
With my basic knowledge of like
It's
from my
ridiculous
base
knowledge.
level.
It's
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 base
very
level.
it's very expertise to me. So yeah, let's have it, man.
Yo, this is crazy because the Umbreon is usually the one that goes crazy here, but
Yeah.
I like the Espeon, the shiny Espeon, the Gold Star.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these go crazy on the secondary market, mainly because like that was like so Pokemon, I guess, it took off in the 90s
Right.
and all the kids were like super into it. But when you start to get to like 2006, 2007,
Mm-hmm.
I guess like a lot of the kids that were into it weren't really into it anymore because they were teenagers. They were outside, they were playing the streets, and they were like
Mm-hmm.
into girls and stuff. So not many cards were printed, and these are like extremely hard to get in like PSA 10. I was a little busy, so I couldn't like get like recent sales or stuff like that. But 8,500 in a down market, I think is pretty good. I don't really remember what this went for previously.
Mm-hmm. What's crazy, man? You've done this show, a few times, trying to get you on more often. But I think it's just, there's just not enough like, data, to do like a every 2 week show. But it's consistent, man. Like the mid 2000s, like in 2007, I mean, was a recession, quote unquote, or like, I mean, that was the Great Recession, 2007, 2008. I mean, comic books. I want to say outlier is like sports cards because I can't really use that as a barometer. But like Pokemon, anything paper, it seems like they weren't printing as much. I gotta assume just because the economy wasn't doing so well. And then, like you said, Pokemon, man, people weren't really were growing out of it. I feel like if you were like, you were born in the late '90s, if you were still playing Pokemon and like, the sets weren't really like prevalent back then.
No.
But yeah, it makes sense though, man. Like especially, yeah, people weren't really like hunting, and when they probably got back in the hobby, they're like, oh man, I gotta look at these older sets from the mid 2000s. So it's good stuff.
No, yeah, I like it. I like it. It's I don't really see many shiny Espeon cards either. But the other one is pretty crazy too, which I thought was like interesting.
Yeah, no, like you said, it's crazy that it's $8,500 for like, you know, I don't have a ton of knowledge. I know Blastoise, I know Charizard, I know the trainers, I know Umbreon, I know Mewtwo, but like my knowledge as far as like picking these guys out and saying like, oh, this is a good card, it's like zero. So again, appreciate you
No, of
doing this,
course.
doing this. All right, we'll
So
talk.
so
Holy shit!
this one is crazy, right? Because this is typically like a $50,000 card consistently.
Hmm.
But I think they got like I think this is what like down like 13 grand. So whoever got this for 37,000, I think they got a deal. And so this was kind of like the card that no one gave a shit about. Like if they drew it, I guess they were like, Torchic, who gives a damn?
Yeah,
So this one is like really hard to find, especially like in PSA 10, because no one, I guess the kids, the five kids that did collect these cards back then didn't give a damn about no Torchic. So I'm pretty sure that this is like one of the most coveted ones of the set. Um, but $37,000 is like ridiculous. Like some comic books don't even go for 37 grand on the market, or I can't name one that goes consistently for 50 grand that sells as much as this one does.
it
Um,
doesn't even look that cool of a card. I
it
mean,
doesn't.
honestly, yeah.
It doesn't. But
So
like,
who buys a card like this?
I would
I mean, that's a
love.
really random question, but like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, go back to comic books, right? Like, so, let's just say, I mean, I don't even know what this Pokemon is, like
Torchic
Torchic,
is a third generation, evolves to
okay.
Blaziken. The
It's
fire
not even the
chicken,
evolved. It's not even the evolved Pokemon.
no, it's the baby stage.
Jesus Christ! And so like how? Yeah, AOA says $5 shipping.
They get
Bro,
the
you better do next day that shit to me, man. I'm paying 37. I'll fly out to you. I don't give a shit where you are. So so sorry, man. I'm just so curious. Like, so the rarity, like, so if you were to buy a box of Team Rocket, what is your chance
Rocket
of getting this
Returns.
card? Or Rocket Returns, so my bad.
From what I understand, the '90s, like the vintage pools, I think there were like every 3 packs you got one hit,
Okay.
but I don't know because like now it's increased. Now the sets are bigger, the pool rates are larger, and not many people kind of wanna gamble with that, right?
Mhm,
Especially since we're kind of in a recession, but not really, and everybody's
mhm,
holding on to money. So that's why, in my opinion, that's why I think like the prevalence of like collecting sealed boxes is like a thing. Where back then, like nobody was thinking of keeping their boxes sealed, so they were opening these things. So I don't
mhm,
really know what the pull rate is, but I would imagine that the pull rate would probably be significantly higher than way higher than what it is now. So the fact that the pull rates, there's a good chance they might have been higher, and a lot of those probably got damaged, thrown away, destroyed. And I know on the census, there's not many PSA 10s,
yeah.
especially like in the, I don't know if that was still Wizards of the Coast era back in 2010. Maybe somebody could tell me, but it still looks like Wizards of the Coast are
It
doing the
does.
cards.
Yeah, it
Um,
looks like it. Yeah, you may be
yeah,
right.
yeah. So the centering wasn't as good as the cards are now, and
Ah,
yada yada yada. Yeah, so
yeah.
probably
Man,
might have some hollow bleed.
good. I just looked on eBay to see what a sealed pack goes for, and they're ranging from 500 to 15. So,
Jesus fucking Christ!
yeah, and a double blister, some dude's asking 9 G's for it.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm wondering if like the pack is like,
Weighted.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this one was interesting. I just put this up because I know CGC is kind of putting it up like, so like it's weird because I know there was like an argument on Reddit of like which has more value, is CGC getting more value.
Hmm.
So just wanted to like a gem mint PSA CGC Charizard sold for 12,400. Now I know I checked, but I forgot. But I'm wondering what a PSA 10 Charizard goes for. Now it might be roughly around the same
Hmm.
because I remember one a PSA 10 selling for 20K during the pandemic. And I think there's like a recent sale for under 12,000 in PSA,
Hmm.
but a lot of it varies. So I know a lot of people say like, well, Pokemon is weird because like I've seen some CGCs sell more than PSA 10s, and then some PSA 10s sell more than CGC 10s. So I thought that like it was like an interesting topic to bring up,
Yeah.
um, like because it just seems to be like very sporadic, and like I guess it's like whatever the mood is, like if somebody's feeling CGC today, like they might pay a lot more.
Would you
But
say PSA is still like the grail for Pokemon? Is that right?
yeah, but I feel like if for whatever reason CGC started becoming like a thing, people
Hmm.
would just go to CGC. Like, I think the card collecting community is different from where we're at because in the comic book community, like people ride and die on CGC. Like they will go out on their
Yeah.
shield for
Yeah.
CGC, and it's like they act like CGC is paying their fucking bills.
Hmm.
Like the way that a lot of people in our community simp so hard for them.
Yeah.
Like I saw the CBCS came out with some new, uh,
Font.
yeah, and it looked similar to CGC to me. It looked kind of similar. like the
Yeah.
style,
Bigger.
the color scheme, like the kind of fonts that they went for looked a little similar to CGC, and I thought it
Mhm.
looked a lot cleaner. I thought it looked better than CGC in my opinion. It
Mm.
looks a lot more edgy. It looks a lot more cooler. But I don't have a problem. I said that, and then everybody was like trying to troll me, and I'm like, dude, like
Just
CGC's
your
not paying your
opinion.
bills. Yeah.
Just your opinion.
So, with people in like the card collecting hobby, they're willing to try new grading companies, and they're
Yeah.
willing to be more proactive in determining like what's better, right? So I've seen people use grading companies from Japan, just
Yeah.
because the slabs were better. I think we spoke about like the way that the slabs in from
They were
like this
cool.
new, yeah. So I like that the Pokemon community, they don't care. Like if
Okay.
they'll see a cool card and grade with another company just because they think the slab will look cooler in there.
And I think that's like my thing with. I mean, it really at this point right now, there's only two companies that grade comics, and it's CGC and CBCS. And I've always thought that CBCS holders just were thinner and like less like quality. That's just like my opinion. And then I mean the market just gravitates to CGC, whether it's his first to market or they just I don't know, whatever it is, it's a weird thing. But I've been told, like I've gone to card shops here in the Northwest and they've said, I've asked them the same question. They're like, oh, PSA, because the first ever Pokemon cards getting graded over PSA. And me personally, I think Beckett, even though they're super expensive and they take forever, I've always graded my like quote unquote never sell cards or whatever to Beckett because I like that 0.5 scale. And I think the PSA, like that red and just kind of generic like label, it just looks so ugly to me. It doesn't display very well.
No, I agree.
It looks like it's typed on a goddamn computer. You know what I mean? So, um,
CGC,
that's
they
just
used to
me.
do the point grade scale with Pokemon cards too, and then they got rid of it because I don't know, like
That's
it
really
was,
weird.
yeah, it was weird. Like that was like a weird move for them. I don't know why they got rid of it, but
Mhm.
it was like a whole big drama where people were like, why would you get rid of the 0.5 scale? And
Yeah,
then I think Beckett started making it so that people were getting more black labels. So it was weird. I don't know. It's just
I
more
love that black
competitive now.
label. I love
Yeah,
that
I
black
do
label.
too.
It pops, man. I mean, say whatever you're gonna say about whatever. When I see black label, I'm like, oh yeah, give me that black label. When I have a couple BGS 10s that don't have a black label, and it's sad. It really
Yeah,
makes me
but you're
sad.
you're paying like the premium for like I don't know, like I feel like people grade with BGS just for the black label,
Yeah,
especially in Pokemon when
yeah,
they're like there's like some fanatics that just kind of know and
hmm
they take the gamble anyways.
sure.
So it's I don't know, like everybody is going to each specific grading company for a specific reason, whereas
Mhm.
people in comic books are just like, no, we don't want competition. We want like just CGC.
Yeah.
So
No, that's good feedback though, because I was just curious. We're about got a few slides left, but just want to thank everyone for coming through here on a Wednesday. I usually do the Sunset to South show every Wednesday, but Brad and I we're gonna come back next week. We're trying to do that show every 2 weeks, but I want to come in with Fedora and give him some time to cook with this Pokemon market stuff. So, oh, dude, this is like my favorite card ever. Go.
yeah, so the legendary collection. So this one was crazy because this was
Hmm.
for like I think this was for like the anniversary of the reverse hollow, but
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure in PSA 10 this one sells for like a heck of a lot more.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And this one sells for a good amount of money, man. Like, and it's hard to get in PSA 10, in CGC 10, PSA 10. It's a card that not many people. Uh, I've never seen one in person. I've only seen one online.
I've seen one.
So, you've seen one in person?
Yeah, it's beat up. I mean, it's pretty bad shape. Oh shit, Fedora. What happened?
Sorry.
Oh,
Somebody
that's okay.
called me. Somebody called me.
Oh,
It
it's
was
okay.
beat up.
Yeah, it was beat up. The guy was selling packs too for like $200 a pack. This was like in
Nah, well,
2016, dude. It was a long time ago. Yeah.
then what do you know what the last sale for a PSA 10 was for that was?
No, I haven't looked at this card for a long time just because I've been opening
Can you
packs up, dude.
can you check on
Yeah.
eBay real quick? Yeah, yeah,
PSA 10, Pokemon
yeah,
Legendary.
Pokemon Legendary with Charizard. Because I'm pretty sure this one goes. This one was the one that was higher. I know one of those two was higher in PSA.
What's crazy about this set, man, is it came out like so 4,200 best offer. This is September. But they don't come out very often. So but those are your two.
So one sold for 21,000.
Best offer, I'm not sure what the best offer was, and the other one sold for 42, so could be.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So PSA in this instance, like, so you see how like random it is though. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's so weird because sometimes they go high, sometimes they go low. So I think like if you're looking to grade with CGC or PSA,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, the other thing I've heard too is like true Pokemon collectors I've been collecting for like ever, they probably have a PSA like when they first started grading cards because they started grading in like 2005 or whatever. So I've heard that more hardcore older collectors are more attuned to buying PSA slabbed. And that's where the real money is, quote unquote. But man, the data
yeah,
that you're showing here is like, I mean, CGC just started doing cards in general. So it's pretty amazing that CGC is like, hey, we're just gonna start grading, you know, I mean, video
cards.
game,
Yeah,
whatever, right? And they're taking a market share. Um, I would say that they can kind of chill on comic books for right now, and just kind of just I don't know. I was gonna say something, but I'll hold off. But man, if people start submitting like blue chip Pokemon cards to CGC and CGC is giving like good grades and they're selling for close to PSA or BGS, they could overtake that market share.
I feel like they already are, right? I feel like kind of
Mhm.
CGC's already, at least in the Pokemon uh, scope. I feel like they've
Yeah,
already knocked BGS down from that second
sure,
spot.
sure.
So for sports, I feel like it's always going to be Beckett, right? I
Yeah.
don't know many sports people that go with CGC. It's either PSA or
It looks
Beckett.
ugly. I've never tried it. I've always bought cards that were CGC graded, it's like sports, and just gone to another company if I was going to. But
I like
um,
the SGC, whatever the hell that thing is called.
SGC ain't bad.
Uh, they got like
I
the all black.
the all black, like kind of like
Mhm.
I feel like if BGS was going to, or sorry, if CGC was like, we're gonna lower our cost to grade Pokemon cards for $5, you'd see a flood of freaking cards come through.
Well, they made it so that like you don't need to sign up with an account. You could just
Smart.
yeah, yeah, see, yeah.
Tuxedo Snap. Yeah.
Yeah, the tuxedo slap for vintage. Yeah, they have like SGC has like a crazy like process and like how they like look at their and how they grade their because I saw like a video
Hmm.
on and at the SGC headquarters and what kind
Yeah.
of like technology they use. They're using like some crazy like X-rays to like look at these cards and I'm like, whoa, like that's crazy. But
Yeah.
anyways, so this is like the Paradox Rift. So like these are some of like my favorite cards. I just wanted to highlight the some of the
This is
art
cool.
in the
Yeah.
Paradox Rift.
Yeah.
Um so this Loudred illustration rare, it just goes ridiculously hard. Like the colors, the neons, like everything just pops at like from this card.
I've never
And
seen a card like that before, honestly.
yeah, it looks really really good. And it's like a $3 card. You get it for like sub $5. So um it looks really good. I mean, like I really like it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's cool. Um, yeah, real quick, yeah, no, that's sometimes like I think the thing with Pokemon cards is like you don't necessarily like have to like get like the most. The funny thing about Pokemon is like no one really gives a shit about how powerful cards are anymore. I mean, I
No.
still like playing the game with my nieces and nephews. Like we used to play a lot, but the fact that like the art, like it's back to kind of like the art of the card, which is really cool.
And we
Um,
come from comic books, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's our bread and butter. Like we know a lot about comic books. So for us, like we could come into this hobby and like appreciate the art of the card instead of
yeah,
like the rarity or like how like if it looks cool, I'm gonna go on eBay and I'm gonna spend that $5
and that's
plus.
nothing. It's like
Yeah,
that's an FOC. That's your FOC weekly times 5, you know, kind of shit.
exactly.
You know? Yeah, yeah,
So this is a beautiful card.
yeah. I love it.
This one, you know what? Even when I use this Pokemon online in Sword and Shield or X and Y, I forgot which one. I can never pronounce the name right. So it's Yvelta, whatever. But again, like this is another like just 650, and like look at the art, look at the quality, look at the swirl behind it. Like look
Mhm.
how stunning like the card looks, and I think a lot of people are like really sleeping on Paradox Rift, because obviously like some people know I work at a comic book shop. We also sell Pokemon cards, and we have tons of it just sitting on the shelf. Like nobody's really interested in it. So I kind of want, and then I was looking through some of the art, some of the cards, and like I think this is just my opinion. I think
Mhm.
Paradox Rift has better illustration rares than 151. In my opinion, that's my unpopular opinion. Don't kill me, but this is like an $8 card. You're paying like what 650 with $2 shipping. It's eight
Mhm.
fifty. It's under $10, and you get a sick card.
Yeah,
And
it's
if
cool.
if you spend 4.99 or whatever, you might not even get this card. You might not
Yeah,
even rip it.
yeah. I mean, you may spend $10 on a
Yeah,
bunch of
you
Pokemon
wanna.
cards and not even get it. So
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. They call me Mr. Singles out here because I don't. I don't. I used to do that a lot, just spending money ripping cards, and I'm like, why am I? Why can't I just? Why don't I just buy it the card that I want? I've
yeah.
already spent $10 on packs. I get it. Like you
It's
get that
fun, right?
dopamine hit.
Yeah,
But
it's like, oh man, I gotta see what and then you like you see it in the background, like, oh shit. But like even then, it's like, okay, it's over. So I get you.
exactly. So you get hit us with the next one.
All right, cool. Oh,
This
this is
one,
cool.
this is the big boy right here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is this is Groudon, man. Like this is kind of like the one that everybody was going crazy for. So it's $35 at 20. So it's a $40 card with shipping. Um, I'm pretty sure it was a little bit higher when. Nah, I don't go to this. I mean, I wish.
This fucker right here. 78.
Uh,
That's
so
awesome.
I like the Groudon. I like it. I was thinking of possibly buying one, but it's so funny because I think this is the best card in the set, honestly, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Yeah, the next one, like the big one, like the big hit, it looks ugly to me. Like you could go to the next slide, and then we'll talk about Gray Hat Pikachu.
Real quick though, are there any gold cards in this set?
I don't remember. I just kind of
Hmm.
like went through the ones that I thought were like interesting, so I didn't
Yeah,
really check the whole set. I
man.
just put the ones that people were talking about,
I'm a sucker for gold cards, man. Like
like the
all
rainbow rares.
like any of them. Like I got like like the people was laughing at me, but like those ultra balls that are like gold, man, I fucking love those ones, man.
Yeah, they like the quality of the card is like really good, especially like the surface of the cards. Like I like there was like one that I had that was like a pokey flute or some shit, and it was like a
Uh-huh.
secret rare, and it looked really nice. So hey man, look, I don't blame you. Like I know there's some people that just used to collect trainer cards, because I know
Yeah,
like the whole waifu cards were like a thing recently, and people were going crazy for the lilies and stuff. But
yeah.
within Pokemon, there's all like these niche markets. Um, but yeah, so the next one,
78 says, "Are there any cool cards in this set?"
Well, the next one you might find cool. I don't think it's cool. I honestly don't think it's worth the money. But see, this
Huh.
one, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, Rolling Moon EX. I don't know, bro. Like it I don't know. But like the one thing I will say about this set is that there's like a lot of cards with like a lot of colors that pop. Like it's very neon. It's very it kind of goes with the theme of like the booster boxes and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you get like the light blues, the pinks, and then you see like all the other little baby Pokemon on the side. But
Yeah.
$95, I don't know, man. I don't
So,
know.
like from a gaming perspective, like, is this like the most powerful Pokemon in this set?
I wouldn't know. I don't
Um,
I'm not gonna lie. I don't I don't play the game. I play the online game.
I
Um
see.
so I don't really know with a card game like what it is, but I don't know, maybe
Um,
somebody in the chat knows.
so like, like I used to play Magic, like Magic the Gathering,
Mm-hmm.
man. That was like my first card game ever. And I played Star Wars back in the day, all that. Like, so like always usually it was like the most powerful card was the one that not only people wanted, but they like that was deemed like the most expensive card to get or the rarest one. Darth Vader for like trading card games, for the old Star Wars game. Renee knows what I'm talking about. Or like for like Magic the Gathering, it's kind of hard to say, but like it was always like if you had Arabian Nights, that's old school shit. Like like the jinns, it's like basically the gods in that game were the most powerful and the ones that were like the most rare to get, expensive. So I'm wondering if like, I mean, does Pokemon kind of follow suit with that? And if you don't know, it's cool. I just
Nah,
like
nah, I don't know. I
yeah,
just know like the market and the rarity. I don't really know the
gotcha.
playability of the cards, but
Yeah,
230 HP.
it
It looks
seems
pretty.
like it, right?
Yeah, it seems like it's pretty
Yeah,
powerful to me.
and then
Um,
maybe one day we'll talk about this 78 One Piece cards. I don't know. I don't know enough about the show to even like try. I don't know,
I think
man.
One Piece cards are like a good investment. I know like
Yeah.
I see on Instagram
Hmm.
that they sell really well, and I think we
Hmm.
might have covered it before on like on one of our shows. Like we just spoke about it,
Yeah.
but and I remember saying a long time ago, like if this show does really good, you know, these might be, the card game might be something to kind of start paying attention to if the
Hmm.
show pops off, and it did.
Yeah.
So maybe it's worth looking into, or
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'll look into it. But if you could pull up the, oh yeah, oh there you go, Paradox Rift. I see it's selling under $100, man. 36 packs for $95.
You think that's a good investment like 2 3 years from now, like this could double because of that one card we were talking about.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like for me, I would always buy something that's underhyped versus something that's overhyped
Hmm.
because you know you just never know. I guess with like these underhyped sets where they pick
Hmm.
up traction. Like remember like the team ups,
Hmm.
like back in the day, they did these like team ups booster boxes,
I
and
freaking loved those cards, man. I used to
yeah,
scoop them up for like $5 a piece. Now they're like 30 to $60. Is that right?
yeah, and then there was a Latios and Latios card that we spoke about, and
Uh
like
huh.
their faces together are in the shape of a heart, and that
Yeah.
was a $20 card all day pre-pandemic. It was
Yeah.
literally $20, and I have a lot of like some of the team up cards,
Hmm.
and now that Latios and Latios card is going for like 2 grand in PSA 10. Yeah, it's so like, some of it is market manipulation for sure because they ain't no way in hell. Like none of you guys were talking about this fucking card until like
Yeah. But like
overnight, and
back in the day, they were like 10 15 bucks a piece,
yeah,
regardless.
yeah.
So market
So
manipulation, like regardless of that, man, like I mean, to
it's
go
still
from
holding.
10 to 20 to like for like $2,000 to $2,000. I mean, that's quite
Graded,
a
yeah.
yeah. So that's crazy.
So
Well, that's good. That's good
you
advice.
never know. You never know,
Yeah.
especially when it's a booster box under $100. So I guess if you're gonna invest in it, why not? Because it doesn't look like this set would get reprinted. Like, why would you reprint this? Like, no
Hmm.
one cares about it. No one's
Yeah.
talking about it. So I just wanted to like talk about, like some of the art and how possibly it might be underrated. Like
Hmm.
depending on how you look at it, if you really like that Groudon card or stuff like that. But it's not really an exciting um set, but you never know with like I've seen, team ups. Who thought that that was going to be a thing, right?
Hmm.
No one. So you never know. But uh, we could pull up the sales for Gray Hat Pikachu, um, the Van Gogh Pikachu, because I just wanted to like give like an
Yeah.
update
Let's do it,
on
man.
it. Yeah.
Oh, what the
Oh,
fuck?
yeah.
Oh, oops.
Yeah.
You just
Nah,
want
nah.
you want me to look up
Yeah,
a
yeah.
sale
Pull.
for
Yeah,
Van
yeah,
Gogh?
yeah. Look it up.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Got you, man.
And then we will. I guess we'll wrap it up. Just like a little short
Let me
thing
get
going.
1 second. Let me get ended recently. It's held 112. I mean, it's healthy, I guess.
150, bro.
Yeah.
That's
PSA nines. I mean, I think the play is you just gotta send in a PSA or whatever and just hope for a PSA 10. And I never
you,
liked the play. I never liked it.
there's a lot of fakes going out there.
Hmm.
So just be careful. Like I would say when you're buying this card, stay away from Facebook Marketplace. Stay away from any like Facebook groups because they're
Yeah.
selling a lot of fakes. And I did my research and I know when it's a fake or not. And people
Hmm.
were blatantly trying to sell fakes for like $160 to $170 a piece. Uh if I think right now the I don't know, like because Pokemon Company hasn't really said anything about they're doing reprints. There's rumors of there's possibly going to be distributed in Europe at local card shops that people are going to be able to get their hands on these things. Pokemon Company has said that they're going to get they're going to get it out. So
Mm.
who knows?
Check
Who
this out.
knows?
Look, groups are banning the sale of it unless it's slabbed.
Really?
Yeah. Rocksteady,
Yeah.
our friend from up north in Canada, man. Thanks for coming through. Always good to see you in the chat, man. Really good dude in the community of all things collectible. Um,
Yo, my man.
the only reason I said the only reason I said PSA 10 or bust, I think just because I'm looking at the sales here, and there's a lot of PSA 9s. And that's the only reason I would say. I see like the Gem Mint goes for like 560, right? Or 560, 530. I don't know if I don't know. Maybe if it was me, I may just be a gambling man and shoot that over to maybe get a little clean and shoot over to BG or Beckett and just do my Beckett thing. Or maybe even crossbreed over to CGC. Crossgrade over to CGC.
You
How
know
the fuck
what?
did I say that? That was funny.
And also it's just good to wait. Um,
Yeah.
just wait because there's just so much uncertainty around like the
Mhm.
value of the card and whether it'll hold or not. Because
Yeah.
once January is supposed to be when they stop. So right now it's looking like January is gonna come and they might go, hey man, we're gonna print more, or January or November comes and they go, yo, we're doing a drop at the Pokemon Center, and then the price goes down because more are coming out.
Mhm.
So we don't really know. So just wait it out and let the Pokemon Company release everything
Mhm.
before you go out and buy it. That's my advice because it's looking like it's looking like more are on the way, and that's
Mhm.
definitely going to affect the value of the card. So,
Yeah. I want to point out something that you were very right on. When this set came out, the Obsidian Flames,
oh, when I
I
said it
was
was ugly,
I was obsessed. I was obsessed with this card,
I was like, bro,
and
it's
I
ugly, bro.
I'm not obsessed with it anymore. But you were right though, dude. Like you're like if you wait, you can get one PSA 9, PSA or raw for like 3 times less what the price is. And I was looking up prices from August, and yeah, I mean they were $1,200 for a PSA 10 for this card. And they were asking like 150 raw. So this one sold for $66, man. So I mean, I
And then
think
now they're begging people to take it.
yeah. I mean, and
Look
I
at
think I mean 9.5. This is CGC. So I mean, yeah, I know I know Charizard's like the, he's like the Black Lotus of like, of of Pokemon, but
man,
just because a new Charizard comes out doesn't mean it's gonna hold value, but it's still a fun set. I actually prefer the gold one now, but that's just
you like the gold one?
I like the gold one, man. I like gold, dude. I like gold.
I know. It's and we
Yeah,
spoke about like
yeah.
a lot of the a lot of like the Japanese cards are like getting like popular these days, and I don't know, man. Like I like this is just my opinion, but I just feel like Japanese cards are kind of like the whole market and like Americans saying like only buy Japanese. I think that's a little weird. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. It feels like a scam to me. I don't know. It just feels weird. It just
Yeah,
feels like all of a sudden like people woke up one morning and just decided that Japanese cards are like the way to go. That's so weird because there was like no slow uptick of the cards like gaining popularity like over time. It just happened like one day I woke up and like Japanese cards were like selling for like ridiculous prices. So
hmm,
I don't know. I would say be careful with that. And I know everybody's like really really crazy about the Japanese cards, but
hmm,
I think the big reason why I'm not really crazy about the Japanese cards is because I used to buy them because they were the cheaper alternative. And but because they were cheaper in return, we got harder pulls and less packs in the booster boxes. So what ended up happening was that yeah, you're paying cheaper, but it comes at a price where the pulls are harder, and you might not get the card that you want.
yeah,
So, but if you did get that pull, the quality was better, and that was like kind of
yeah,
like the trade off. It was like a high risk, high reward. But now people are kind of like using that as an excuse to say like, oh, this is why you should only go Japanese because the quality is better. This, that, and it's like, but if you were collecting Japanese cards like several years ago because you were a poor boy like me, like you already knew that, So I don't know. It's kind of weird, and I also feel like most kids. I saw Pokemon cards at the shop, at the comic shop. I'm like the resident Pokemon guy there,
hmm,
and there's a lot of little kids buying Pokemon cards. So when I'm seeing that, little kids aren't growing up with Japanese cards. So I don't know if like the Japanese sets are going to be nostalgic to these kids when they get older. So
hmm,
my thought process behind it is buy the English singles while they're cheap and while everybody is jumping on the Japanese market slowly. You're getting like you saw the Obsidian Flames Charizard $60. You get that Lugia, the Silver Tempest Lugia and PSA 9 for like less than, well, you get it $150 PSA 9. You get a PSA 10 for 300. So um now's a good time to buy English singles while everybody is like on the Japanese hype because the market for like little kids, a lot of these Silver Tempest might be nostalgic to like some kid 20 years from now.
yeah. I mean, and
So
it's the same nostalgia for us, right? So, it's an interesting market. I think just because Pokemon. I mean, here's the thing. Like, and I'll close after this. I know Brian's show's getting started here pretty soon. So after the show today, hop on over to Brian's channel. Vinny's going to be on the show tonight with them. So I want to help him out there. Nostalgia is like the number one, thing. I think the difference with Pokemon is like when I was older, like Pokemon's not really nostalgic to me. I just think it's cool. But like when now it's like ages 5 to like 55, which is so weird to me, do Pokemon. And so that nostalgia factor is still going to be there for a very long time, right? Because it's,
absolutely.
it's ever evolving thing. And now I think when I was a kid, Japanese culture was kind of like in its infancy. Like no one really talked about watching anime or like kung fu movies were like cool, but like not anime so much or Japanese culture. Now it's like it's gone into like different streams of like music. It's in hip hop. It's like it's in it's in streetwear. It's a lot more accepted now. So that there's more eyes on nostalgia, I think, than ever before, especially now since the pandemic and stuff. Somebody has a quick question for you. Has there been any fuckery with the Japanese releases at all?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like it's the market over there is no different from like the market over here.
Yeah.
There's always like people like I know there's like a YouTuber called OK Love. He's kind of like the Pokey Rev, but of the Japanese cards.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of like someone that I've been following, him and like another guy. And I think me and those like that OK Love guy, I think we have like a similar mindset and like, wait, this is weird. Why is this happening? So he's been releasing a lot of videos on like the fuckery that goes on in the Japanese market. And one of the main things he was talking about was that the Japanese sellers were catching on that American buyers were like buying up Japanese cards.
Yeah.
So they were doing their own pump and dumps. They were like, yo, like give us all your cards and we're gonna sell them to these Americans, which is essentially what was happening. And OK Love and like a few other YouTubers did like a post, did videos about it, did investigative research. There's some that even interviewed Japanese sellers, and they were like, yeah, man, like, yeah, like we don't know why Americans are like buying it, but a lot of the reason why a lot of these sellers in Japan are like upcharging them is because they know that they're getting money. And I feel like the US dollar is stronger than the yen. So that could be like that could play like another factor as to why they're doing it. But I would say the only Japanese set that I would like go out and buy and invest in if I was like investing in anything would be 151 out of all the modern sets that had just recently come out, because they have like a master ball reverse hollow and it's one per box.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so
one per booster box, right?
Yeah, it's one per booster box, and it's a reverse hollow, and that one didn't come to America. So just a little FYI.
Cool. I think that's all the time we have for today. Fedora, thanks for doing the show as always, man. I really appreciate you sharing the knowledge. All day I was just looking at Pokemon, just shows and YouTube, just trying to grasp, the information and trying to get the hits or trying to get more knowledge out of these newer sets. I'm loving, personally, just as a collector, I'm loving the Pokemon 151. Paradox Rift is like so-so to me right now, but by far I love ripping Obsidian Flames. I'm definitely going to think about buying a box of Paradox Rift just to put as an investment. But I was kind of thinking today, like, is it weird to like just have a box of cards like just sitting in my closet waiting for it to go up? But I think that's kind of the same thing with comic books right now. And like if you talk about baseball or like sports, it's totally the same exact thing.
So are people like buying like sealed booster boxes of like whatever and just like, all right, I'm going to sit on this?
I mean that's what a lot of people are recommending. It's just like, which one do you get, right? And if you really think about it, like it's just the same thing as like us buying like 1 in 100, or 1 in 25, 1 in 50s, and like I'm gonna sit on this for like a year or two, right? It's hard. It's not like you can. It's not like, oh, if I buy $100 like booster box, it's gonna go up to like 500 in 2 years. But
no, it might take 8 years.
Yeah, so that's the waiting game. Patience is the what do they say? Patience is
a virtue.
There's patience is a virtue, but patience is the shortcut is another like saying I've heard in baseball. But yeah, I think it's and the other thing too is like
cut out.
Who did? Oh, you paused. I think you paused. Anyway, I guess we'll wrap the show up, man. Again, thanks everyone for watching. We didn't get the 20 for the giveaway, but I do appreciate everyone's support. I will see you, Fedora, on Sunday along with Pickles, and yeah, we'll see you guys on Sunday. Hit that like, subscribe, tell all your friends. We're trying to get to
Yo, you
500
cut out.
subs.
You
And
cut out real quick.
oh, for real? All right, well, I'll just end the show. All right, take care.
No.